And greetings, friends, and welcome to Trenton 365. I'm your host, Jacque Howard. You can send me an email at Trenton365show@gmail.com, or you can visit the website, which is about to be released, but it's still under construction. And it's my first name, JACQUE hyphen my last name, Howard.com. There you'll find out all the different things that I'm doing with several outlets, not including Trenton 365, Amans Brindled, the cannabis space as well, but also working under the acronym REACH: Recreation, Environment, Art and Culture, Civic Engagement, Health, and Nutrition. And one of the things that I'm passionate about is connecting with people I know and the organizations that they represent, and to provide them any media access that I have for them to get the word out about what they're doing. Through the decade or so that I've been doing this work, I've been very fortunate to meet the next person I'm going to bring on. Now, some of you may know her by the name of her family's education institution called Timbuktu Academy, but Ayana Abdul Raheem is so much more than the Timbuktu Academy and the other programs that she has been a part of, including the Trenton's Youth Stat program, the City of Trenton's Youth Stat program, other nonprofit endeavors, and also the mentoring that she's doing with young girls, often girls who are in that category of being aged out of some programs, or not having programs available for girls in the same equitable way that they are for boys. And Trenton 365 is proud to be one of the media outlets for Ayana and all of her efforts, and we're going to be bringing her on at this moment. So virtually, please help me welcome Ayana Abdul Raheem of Timbuktu Academy, as well as Hey Girl, as well as Born Worthy, and just some amazing things that are happening in and around the Mercer County region. Ayana Abdul Raheem, are you there?
I am here. Hello.
So
Hey.
Hi there. And I want to tell you, I apologize because I did not tell everyone about your fashion as well. You are a very strategically fashionable person at all times, whether it's in some sweatpants or it's going out somewhere. You always look very nice, and oftentimes you've made the clothes yourself. So big up to you on the fashion design as well. So Ayana, I know that we've got I saw that. So I know that we've got several people that we want to bring on, and I know you heard the introduction, and I know it's definitely not enough time to talk about all the wonderful work that you've been doing. But can you give an elevator pitch about Ayana Abdul Raheem, what you're doing, some of your outlets, and then let's get some of the parents and some of the mentees on that, and have them talk about their experiences with you.
Okay, can you see me fine?
You look fantastic, girl. You
okay.
look great.
Hi, y'all. So my name is Ayana Abdul Raheem, and I am the CEO and founder of the Timbuktu Academy, located in Trenton, New Jersey. The Timbuktu Academy is an extension of Timbuktu Academy. I spell Timbuktu Academy with the number 2 because I am the second generation of a family of educators that has since taken over the business. And we are now here. We are back. We have revamped the academy, and we are providing services and programs to our community and our children. Right now, we are focusing on the early childhood component, which is the foundation of Timbuktu Academy that was founded by my parents. And I have since added youth empowerment programs under the mission of the Timbuktu Academy. And we service girls, specifically servicing girls that are involved in the juvenile justice system, young ladies that have been adjudicated, and just all girls in general. But the inspiration for me behind adding programming for girls is because of the gap and the lack of quality programs and culturally responsive programs for our young ladies involved in the systems. And those systems include, like I said, the juvenile justice system, as well as the child welfare system as well. Mm-hmm. So that is the Timbuktu Academy. And Yes, we are here.
You know, yeah, and we're gonna have you come back on a regular basis and give updates about what Timbuktu Academy is doing, what you're doing through all your other outlets as well. And I do want to have you come on at some point in time and talk about fashion and art, et cetera, because I know that you have your hands involved in that and also in performing arts as well. And I like how you've come full circle and your life is this whole full circle of keeping everything moving within that. I want you to touch on the art component and how you include that in what you're doing in the mentoring and providing options and opportunities for the young girls that you're helping with.
Okay, so I literally was raised in the performing arts. I've been performing since I was a little girl. I went to the African People's Action School, one of the oldest African center schools in the city of Trenton. And in my experience there, we had children's theater, of which we went around the community to different schools and we performed different plays about prominent African figures and African people. And we shared these things with our peers traveling. And so I've always been on stage. I am a trained West African dancer. I've been dancing since I was a little girl. My mother is a seamstress. She made our costumes for us. I've seen my mother make things. She was always sewing stuff. She always had her own style. And all of that has resonated over to me. I am very unique in the things that I do. And I love the arts. The arts is a great way to express. It's a great way to just be who you are and live in yourself and be confident in who you are. And so I love the arts. I use the arts. We focus on the arts. We started, I'm sure you heard about our So Dope program where we taught our girls who did not even know how to sew a button on a shirt. We taught them how to operate a full-size sewing machine, and they took clothes that was donated from the community and upcycled these items and created new fashions out of these items. So these are the things that we are teaching our children, and those are some great ways, survival skills. These girls can now they can make pillowcases. They took the sleeves off for shirts, and this wasn't an easy thing to do for someone who did not know how to sew a button on a shirt, but this is what we did. And so from that project, we had they're making their own clothes now. They're making clothes, they're selling them. One of the young ladies that's going to come on, she sells the things that she learned in that 1 week of a class is now allowing her to create her own. She has her own big business, and she's selling clothes. And so a lot of them have since asked their parents for sewing machines, so things like that. I'm just so proud of our girls and just grateful to be in a space to share with them and allow them to just be who you are. If you want to wear purple and pink, wear it. Do what you want to do. Be yourself. Be yourself.
So we're going to be bringing on one of the parents of one of the children in your program, one of the youth in your program, Natalie Harrison. Why don't you introduce her when she comes in, okay?
She better be on her best behavior. She better be on her best behavior.
Natalie, I don't know if you can see me, but I'm Jacque Howard, and we're here with Ayana. Can you see us? You there, Natalie? Looks like you got your camera off.
I can't see her.
What about now? Can you see me? Well, folks, while we're getting Natalie set up here to come on, and Ayana Abdul Raheem is here talking about several different things, including Timbuktu Academy, but also So Dope, Hey Girl, and Born Worthy. And over the years of doing this type of community supporting, reporting, outreach, et cetera, I've had the privilege of being able to spend time with Ayana and develop a relationship with her, which is, when I came there and said, hey, look, I'd really like to partner as a media liaison to help you get the word out about what you're doing. And it's one of those great feel-good opportunities because this kind of message is often not heard and often rarely even heard in our communities. And when I say our communities, I'm talking about our neighborhoods, etc. And there's so many wonderful things that are happening. And I appreciate you, Ayana, and our friendship. And you can count us, man. We're going to Trent 365 is going to be there helping you, supporting you in front, behind, on the sides. And now I do see you now. Natalie, can you hear us okay? Yes? No. I hope she's not camera shy.
She's not.
Okay. Hi, Natalie. Can you hear and see us?
Okay. You smell my face though.
All right. I can see you, but I can't hear you. All right. So
There
I'm
she
gonna
is.
keep on talking here. But so Ayana, why don't you do an introduction of Natalie, and we'll go from there.
So Mrs. Harrison, her daughter is like my little daughter now, and we've known each other for about 4 or 5 years, I believe. And we have been in this game with, and been working with her family and her daughter for quite some time. And she's made some great progress. Of course, all of our girls, they go up, they go down, but they find their way back. And I'm just proud of her daughter, and I'm proud of the relationship that we have since formed, because it didn't start this way, right? It didn't start this way at all. But here we are, and I'm glad that now we're here, and I'm just grateful that, she, along with the other parents, they entrust me with their daughters. That's something that I always respect our parents, regardless
or their
of
mother.
right, regardless of how I feel their parenting is or not. These are their mothers, and at the beginning of the day, they're the boss, right? They're the boss of their children. They trust my guidance, and I've been consistent. And here we are. So this is Miss Natalie. Miss Natalie can share her experience with myself, and she can talk about, she can speak for herself.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ayana. Hi, Miss Natalie and Miss Natalie Harrison. Hi, I'm Jacque Howard, the Trenton 365 show. I am really thankful that you're willing to come on and talk about your relationship and your family's relationship with Ayana and the different things that she's doing in the community. Can you just touch on that a little bit? We are a little short on time, but if you just take 1 or 2 minutes and just talk about your experience and your family's experience with Ayana.
Oh my God, she's amazing. From the first time that they sent her, well, actually they sent me to her, it was like she's been in our lives ever since. No matter how hard things did really get with Emily, no matter what Emily did, Miss Ayana was there, regardless of the backlash and, because, they're mad. So they think that, because they're mad, they can be mad at everybody, but you can't be mad at everybody because not everybody's there to get you. She's actually there to help show y'all that there's other ways to show yourself, even in your body. You don't have to show it all. You can be covered and be who you are and still add yourself. So she's really, really, really good with them. I love her very much. And she knows that. I harass her. But it's been a very, very great, amazing experience to have had with Miss Ayana. She's never left. She's always here. She makes sure she checks on us. Even if she's busy, she still makes it her business to interact with the children. And I think that's a very great thing. Even with them taking it out of the police station, she still managed to keep it going even without them. She did it on her own, out of her own pocket. She never complained about anything. Everything came from her love and her heart for the children.
And Natalie, I'm sorry, Miss Natalie, I want to interrupt you and say to the folks who are in the listening and viewing audience, like, this is what we're talking about when we're talking about systemic issues and problems and how we're going to change that. It has to be done differently, and it can't be done just on maybe a 9 to 5 or a part-time type of thing. As you mentioned, Ms. Harrison, you know this family. Ayana knows your family. You guys have worked together, have known each other now for years. And the successes, the challenges and so forth. It's all about building a relationship. None of us are rockets. None of us are just going to keep going up, 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 and up. And we need to take these opportunities and these times to highlight successes like this and people who are doing it, organizations and nonprofits. And I'm a big fan of what Ayana's doing. And I hope that in the future, you'll be willing to come on again and talk about, you know, some other
But
progresses
you
and
gotta
so forth.
remember, it takes a village to raise a family, literally. Even with just one child, even with that one child, you need everyone that you need to be able to get that one child whole. Because even when they think they're not whole, they are, but they just don't see it because they're seeing over. They're not seeing it here, they're seeing over here. You know what I mean? So, but she always gets them to see here. Regardless of what's going on in their lives, they always see here, literally. And all the progress, look at them. They've done so much. They've done well. They've done so well. They've progressed from being down all the way to the top because of Miss Ayana.
And thank you so much for saying that. And, you know, I want to interrupt you and just have you say this to the parents who may be in a challenging situation with their children. What would you like to say? What would you like to say to them?
You never give up, because once we give up, that gives the child that is defiant a reason to say, oh, well, she didn't care, she gave up. But as long as you keep fighting and fighting, no matter what that child does, and even if that child still does the same thing, you still show them the same love, no matter what's going on. They may not think that's enough love, but you know, you're just showing them that is other ways to get attention, is other ways to show us that there's something wrong. You don't always have to leave. You don't always have to run into someone else. That's why we are here. Yes, we are not perfect. We all have our flaws. But at the end of the day, you just keep going. And at the end of the day, us as parents, we still have to live. We still have to pay bills. We still have other children to take care of. If we stop what we're doing because we have one child that's defiant, then we will never succeed. So as long as we keep showing that one child the love and the consistency of still trying to work with that child will see. It may take some time, but it always takes time. Everything takes time. And as long as they keep progressing from that little bit of mistakes all the way to the bigger, greater things that is waiting for them that they don't even know is there. They don't even know is there because they don't see it how we see. So as long as Miss Ayana continues to succeed as she's been succeeding with these children, they will see that and they will continue to do that. And when you're consistent with a child and you're consistent with the things that you're doing with that child will continue to do those things and consistently do those things even when you're not around. And that's what we want them to do.
Talk about it now. I'm gonna have you back. Now I see what you mean, Ayana. You two are the dynamic duo, maybe, but I think that's a tag team superhero thing happening over there. Well, I'll tell you what,
Listen,
Miss Natalie.
We've been through a lot together. We've been through a lot together.
I've been through a lot of pain, a lot of, you know, but I don't let that stop me from being who I am. I, you know, we all have our days, and who doesn't? But I'm always happy. I always say hello, a good morning. You know, I thank God that we have what we have, regardless if it's what I want. It doesn't matter what I want. As long as I have what I need, I'm grateful for all of that. And having a lot of people in your life that are consistent with you and being in your life, like Miss Ayana, you know what I mean? You will always have that. You will always have that one person that will always give you that good spirit, even when someone else is not giving it to you.
That's fantastic. All right, I got to get back to Ayana, but Miss Natalie, it was a pleasure chatting with you and meeting you virtually. And I hope to meet with you in person, okay? You take care of yourself.
Have a great day and be safe. Love you, Miss Ayana.
All right, so Ayana, right? So
yeah,
when you hear this from one of the parents who you've worked with, you've grown with, you've seen the progress of their young person, their child, and then to hear them say that, tell me a little bit about how you're feeling.
It's, you know, it makes things, it makes me feel good. You know, I'm over here like, let let me get my tissues. Because when you're working in it, when you're in the work and you're doing it, you really don't have time to stop and keep analyzing every second. Oh, did I make an impact? Did I do this? Did I do that or third? Because you don't have time to do that. But to hear the gratitude, that for me is the gratitude, is the appreciation. And just to hear that from, a parent who we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot together. It just gives me more, more energy, more vibration to just keep going and keep doing what I'm doing, and knowing that I'm on the right path. I'm on the right track to supporting our children.
Right. And speaking of your children, we have Yanaja Kelly, who's going to be joining us
Yanasia.
next. Yanasia. Okay. Hi, Yanasia. When you come on, you're going to probably see me first. This is Jacque Howard of the Trenton 365 show. How are you doing? I know looks like it's going to take you a second to get on, but just start your video. And can you hear me okay? Yeah, so I'm speaking with Yanasia Kelly and Ayana of Timbuk Academy, as well as So Dope, Born Worthy, and a few other programs. And Yanasia, can you see me? All right. Well,
Hi,
yeah, I'm looking. She can't see me yet. All right. Take it off mute, honey. Take it off mute.
Unmute yourself. Let me text her.
Huh?
There you go. Unmute yourself.
Hmm?
Hi, Dreamy.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? So just to let you know, we're recording this now, right? And oh wow, that's it. No, come on, put your camera back on. These kids, they're true.
So silly.
And while you're doing that, I know you can hear me, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of your experiences with spending time with Miss Ayana.
I really love spending time with Miss Ayana. She's a very funny person and just like keeps me smiling because I'm always smiling. And she's just a happy person to be around.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good to hear. So what are some of the things that, besides the inspiration and being fun to be around and so forth, what are some of the things that are also interesting to you?
The things that's interesting to me is I love to dance. So I can dance my heart out all day.
Okay.
And what else I like to do? I like to make clothes, which I learned from her, Miss Ayana. So I just make clothes now when I'm bored. And I like to rap sometimes.
And you like to rap too? All right, so you like to rap, you like to dance, and you like to make clothes. So this past year with COVID, I'm sure trying to spend time with people, has it been difficult for you?
Yes. COVID really came out of nowhere. It was really unexpected, but all I could do was try my best.
Mm-hmm. Well, and with trying your best and knowing that you're spending time with Ayana, and you look like you're very, very happy. So those things to me seem like you're probably in a really good space. What are some of the things that you have planned for the future?
Well, in the future, I hope to own my own dance studio by then. I hope to be financially stable and have my life planned out by then. Yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, as things progress for you, if you need some help or anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to Trenton 365 through Ayana or directly and just say, hey, I was on your show and I've got some ideas and I want to know if you can connect me with some other folks, and we'll see what we can do to help you out, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Don't go anywhere. So I'm going to bring Miss Ayana back on. Ayana, can you see us? Fantastic.
Yes, I can. Yes,
all right, cool.
I'm here.
So let's talk about now you've heard from one of the young ladies in your program, and
So silly.
she's basically nailed everything that you've talked about. Like, you know, what the programming is about. Talk to me about that.
So Yanasia, she actually came to the Timbuktu Academy during the So Dope series. So you heard her say she learned how to sew through the Timbuktu Academy's program. And Miss Shakura was the one who did all the work. I just set everything up. But Miss Shakura was the teacher. Miss Shakura was the sewing teacher for the So Dope series, and Yanasia attended both of those series, and she also is enrolled in the Click program that we just started. Last week was our first meeting for the Click program. So when you asked her what she wants to do with herself, you see me, I went like this. We just talked about this. You know, it's about getting them to understand their life purpose and choosing a career that's in alignment with their life purpose so that they can be happy and content and satisfied with what they're doing. She loves the arts. She loves to dance. She's been dancing since she was a little girl. Her father keeps her very involved in things. And so, you know, she's older now, so it's time for her to start, you know, focusing on which direction she really wants to go in so that we can support her and her family can support her in doing what she truly wants to do, and live just so that we can have our children live a fulfilled life and not be frustrated when they go to work every day. So she's in 3 of our programs, and I'm sure she'll be in more. You know, they go from one program to the next, and that's fine. As long as we are keeping them active and engaged and they're learning and they're thinking for themselves, and they're, you know, figuring out who they are and what it is exactly that they want to do. So I'm proud of Yanasia, but her nickname is Dreamy, so you hear me call her Dreamy, but
Dreamy.
I'm proud of her.
Well, Yanasia, I apologize if I messed up your name, but I will get better. And I hope that I get a chance to see you in person when things start to open up, and that I can meet you and maybe interview you in person at an event or something like that Miss Ayana is going to be doing. I want to thank you both, and also thank the mother who was on earlier, Miss Natalie, for joining us. This has been a Trenton 365 show. You've been listening and watching it via WIMG 1300 WPHY and through streaming services. You can always reach out to me via email, which is trenton365show@gmail.com. And you can also DM me. And remember, folks, it's always about justice, peace, and humility.